Good evening and welcome to Newsbeat. I'm Matt Houston.
And I'm Laura Sabana-Quisty.
One person is dead and 3 are injured after a shooting in Baton Rouge last night. East Baton Rouge Parish deputies say they were dispatched to the 4,000 block of Carrot Drive around 10:45. 18-year-old Lico Rashawn Cole was killed and 3 others were taken to an area hospital before midnight. They're searching for 2 suspects who were described only as wearing dark clothing.
Looking back on the spring 2016 semester, students may remember one thing: budget cuts. But as the school year comes to a close, reporter Megan Johnson shows us how one LSU department doesn't have to be afraid.
The best way to predict the future is to design it.
The Speech and Debate team is one of LSU's smaller student organizations, but their department is about to get a lot bigger after a donation made to honor a former member.
Those kind of alum contributions make a huge difference in terms of being able to basically do what we were able to do.
Hunter founded Free Speech Plaza in 1964 when he was on the team, serving as one of the main reasons why the biggest chair endowed in the state's history is being made in his honor.
The combined effort of an anonymous donor and the Louisiana Board of Regents is giving over $3 million to the Department of Communication Studies and Rhetoric.
We're reaching many, many students from all areas of campus, from College of Business, Education, Engineering, Humanities, and Social Sciences.
This money will be used to hire a faculty member that will come and continue their research at LSU to benefit the thousands of students who take communication studies courses.
A quarter of our student population will be exposed to either this faculty member, their work, their graduate assistants, their teaching assistants. So it's the biggest impact will be certainly for the students.
This faculty member's work will bring new courses to campus and improve current ones.
That's one of the really big advantages of attending a Research One university, is that the professors that you work with are creating the knowledge that you're studying.
Allen says the large donation shows alumni making strides to better education.
What it signals is that we take investment in faculty seriously here.
The debate team says they see this endowment as an investment for their future.
The existence of the Hunter Chair, the existence of the continuous contributions of Dr. Hunter help to protect and to provide a place for the team to still have a home.
Megan Johnson, Tiger TV.
LSU will begin searching for the new faculty members this fall and plans for them to start in the fall of 2017. Louisiana students are about to make their assignments a little fancier. The Senate unanimously passed a bill requiring Louisiana's public schools to teach cursive writing. The bill requires cursive reading and writing to be taught by the 3rd grade. Senator Beth Mizell proposed the bill and described cursive as fancy squiggles used in signatures.
April is Sexual Assault Awareness Month, and LSU wants students to know that there are many places for them to turn to when facing issues of sexual violence. Tiger TV reporter Allie Evans shows us where on LSU you can turn for help.
College campuses are a place where students come to get their education. But what happens when a place you're supposed to feel safe becomes a hunting ground?
1 in 4 women will experience sexual violence before she graduates from college, and that statistic is shocking. So one of the reasons why the We're Community campaign was created is to make this number not so close together. There is a lot of underreporting when it comes to sexual violence because it is such a personal, traumatic experience. So We're Committed focuses strongly on empowering survivors and making people feel comfortable in reporting, whether that be to law enforcement or to the Lighthouse program here on campus.
Actress and activist Gabrielle Union was at LSU this week speaking out about sexual violence.
I was raped while I was working, and what that does to a person, it's almost worse than being killed.
LSU provides lots of different places to find support when looking to prevent or cope with sexual violence, the biggest of which is the Lighthouse program.
So we support student survivors of all types of sexual violence. So that's rape, sexual assault, domestic violence, dating violence, stalking, harassment, really get them connected to resources and support. All of our services are free and confidential.
LSU has plans to expand the programs addressing sexual assault on campus and continue helping students who face these issues. With Tiger TV, I'm Allie Evans.
The Student Health Center is free and is open from 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. on weekdays.
The man accused of killing former Saints defensive end Will Smith has been indicted by a grand jury in New Orleans. Cardell Hayes was charged with attempted second-degree murder, aggravated assault, and aggravated criminal damage. Prosecutors say Hayes shot and killed Smith in cold blood after two men exchanged words earlier this month. Smith's wife survived after being shot in the right leg. Hayes' attorneys claim Smith was the aggressor. Louisiana movie theaters will not be required to install metal detectors, according to the House Criminal Justice Committee. Shreveport Representative Barbara Norton's proposal would have required every moviegoer to be scanned for weapons following a shooting at a Lafayette theater that left 3 people dead and 9 wounded. Lawmakers voted against the bill 6-5, saying the metal detectors could create a false sense of security.
When we come back, a breakthrough in diabetes research could be helping patients in our own backyard. Diabetes has grown to be an increasing problem in the United States. Tiger TV reporter Hunter Lovell has more on how doctors are trying to stop the disease from developing.
Type 2 diabetics are receiving new drugs in a study designed to help lower blood sugar levels. At the Pennington Biomedical Research Center, Dr. Daniel Shaw leads a new experiment called the GRADE study.
We're looking for people who have had diabetes, type 2 diabetes for less than 10 years. Who are age 30 years and older and only taking a drug called metformin.
Metformin is a typical medication given to type 2 diabetics. Patients receive medications, doctor visits, and other supplies for free.
And then we're basically adding on an additional medication to try to see which combination of drugs helps the patient the most and brings their blood sugar down the best.
Shaw says type 2 diabetes is becoming more common in young people. College students may be at a higher risk now than in previous years.
All of the weight gain that you accrue throughout childhood into college, all of that adds up and can increase your risk for developing type 2 diabetes.
Though type 2 is Shaw's primary focus, he's interested in studying patients with type 1 diabetes, which develops early on in childhood. Ann Ferris says she's lived with the disease for nearly 50 years.
Type 1 diabetes is similar to having a job. 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. No time off for vacation or sick leave.
Ferris, like other type 1 diabetics, must check her blood sugar levels multiple times a day. She wears an insulin pump to maintain insulin uptake in her body.
These new advances have made my life easier and more flexible. I'm better able to control my blood sugars.
But Ferris said that despite better technology, she still struggles to have a day with a normal blood glucose reading.
A diabetic must be in constant contact or constant awareness of where their blood sugars are, especially with type 1, because the reaction or the dangers of it can be immediate.
Still, Ferris says type 1 diabetics are capable of living normal lives, and she hopes a cure can be found soon. For Tiger TV, I'm Hunter Lovell.
Diabetes is known to be linked to kidney disease, eye problems, and amputations.
After the break, see how texting and walking is getting a little easier.
Move over Jazz Fest, there's some competition coming to town. The Red Stick Food Festival will bring 24 dishes from restaurants across the city to the LaBerge Casino Outdoors Festival grounds on May 7th. Aside treats like meat pies, po' boys, and jambalaya, the fest will offer arts, crafts, and jewelry, and 3 bands. Admissions is free, and all food proceeds will benefit the Louisiana Hospitality Foundation.
People walking with their heads tilted down at their smartphones are a familiar sight everywhere these days. For authorities in Augsburg, Germany, too familiar. They became so concerned about pedestrians ignoring traffic signals, they made a drastic move to install traffic lights where phone-obsessed folks can see them, embedded right in the pavement. Some people have called it a waste of taxpayer money. That's all we have for tonight and for the rest of the semester.
Thank you for joining us this week and every week. And remember, you can follow us on our website, tigertv.tv, or social media, LSU Tiger TV.
An extra special half-hour #OC is coming up next. Have a great summer, Tigers.